Hello, Columbia, and welcome to City View, where we give you an in-depth view of the city of Columbia. I'm your host, Leshia Utsey. In our top story, the City of Columbia recently partnered with the Columbia Empowerment Zone to celebrate National Economic Development Week. A fantastic announcement was made about a new vacant, abandoned building incentive program for small business owners and for those who are looking to renovate or upgrade their property.
The incentive being launched today will directly increase the flow of capital for investment opportunities that support development and reuse of vacant and abandoned structures in the city. This initiative promotes the creation of jobs through small business development and the enhancement of livable communities. Through the investment made by the Columbia Empowerment Zone, Inc. Board of Directors today, we create, retain, and reinvest wealth opportunities in our community.
In other business-related news, the City of Columbia also partnered with the Chamber of Commerce to celebrate National Small Business Week. A kickoff press conference was held at the Columbia Chamber of Commerce.
Having the history of working with the Columbia Chamber and recognizing Small Business Week has turned into a really wonderful tradition. We recognize the fact that while there are over 15,000 small businesses in Columbia and Richland County, that we're not just talking about businesses. We're talking about the way we create a great American community, the tradition of hardworking, dedicated individuals living the American dream. We're talking about creating jobs and income. We're talking about creating opportunities for our neighbors and invaluable contributions to our community. We know that entrepreneurship means that we're creating new ideas and spurring innovation, that we're not only creating new jobs, but also increasing sustainability.
Well, that was the kickoff for Small Business Week, and now we take you to the highlight of Small Business Week, which was a small business conference that was sponsored by the Office of Business Opportunities.
Well, nationally, we recognize small businesses during this week, and a few years ago, we decided to start doing our own conference here in the city of Columbia. They have a great conference in D.C., but not everyone can travel to D.C. for their conference. So this gives us an opportunity to highlight our small businesses, to let other people know what our small businesses are doing, and then give them some tips so that they can stay encouraged, they can stay competitive, because if they're not competitive, they'll go out of business.
Well, as you can see, the Small Business Week conference was a great opportunity for small business owners and for local entrepreneurs. And in order to retain and recruit more entrepreneurs, we need to support our local youth. This summer, the City of Columbia is once again proud to co-sponsor SWELP with the Columbia Urban League. SWELP is the Summer Work Experience Leadership Program for youth ages 14 to 19. Those youth are seeking jobs this summer, and we need your help.
One of the city's greatest successes over the last several decades has been its partnership with the Columbia Urban League and its SWELP Summer Jobs Program. We watched this partnership grow over the years, nurtured by the leadership of J.T. McLawhorn and his entire team, and we watched last year it take a significant step forward, growing rapidly and continuing to help not only give young people a fantastic summer diversion, but some incredible work skills and also the character education that makes this program unique.
And speaking of job opportunities, for adults seeking employment, the City of Columbia is always actively recruiting. We're now engaged in a process to actually improve the application process. Human Resources will be launching an online application system soon, and we tell you more about how you can apply for jobs and a system that makes it more user-friendly.
It will be an online application solution that will allow candidates or people who are interested in job opportunities with the city to apply for positions online. We'll be posting our positions online, and interested citizens will be able to establish a career profile in order to submit applications for all those career vacancies we have. We're very excited about this solution because it will give us an opportunity to raise our profile and to better recruit and retain talent from around the city, the region, and hopefully the whole country.
The role of the Planning and Development Services Department is to do just that, plan and help develop our city. We tell you more now about a project called Imagine Mill.
So the Imagine workshops are 2 workshops that we're having tonight and tomorrow morning to focus on planning for the Olympia Granby and Whaley community. So that's an area that is both within the city's jurisdiction and within the county's jurisdiction for land use planning. So this is a joint partnership between the city and the county planning department. If you're interested now, go to imaginemilldistricts.com and you should be able to sign up for email updates or look at the website. And as we also have a Facebook page, so we'll be moving forward with those.
And speaking of our communities, we now take you from one side of Columbia to the other. We visit the Eau Claire, North Columbia community for dining in Eau Claire.
We have a gathering, a premiere as Joe Penner called it. We are here to bring people together, particularly people in Eau Claire, but we're interested in bringing people outside of Eau Claire. We are working with students, with our seniors, and with young people, and you'll see some of them after school today. We have vendors, we have food, chicken, fish, roasted pork. We have purses, jewelry, we have voter registration going on. We have people who have natural herbal seasoning.
As you can see from the last 2 stories, Columbia has very active and strong neighborhoods. And an organization that makes sure our neighborhoods are strong is the Columbia Council of Neighborhoods. This organization recently honored 2 city officials, our city manager and the city's community development director, and provided them with the Friend of CCN award.
It is extremely special to receive the award as a friend to the Columbia Council of Neighborhoods, and I really received the award on behalf of all city staff. Obviously, it's been a very challenging year, and we worked in the community so hard, so to have Columbia Council of Neighborhood, the neighborhood leaders, the collaboration of their effort with ours, to have them recognize that is extremely meaningful to me and the staff.
Congratulations to both our city manager and the community development director for their work in the community. And speaking of the city manager Teresa Wilson was recently the guest speaker at a local event here in downtown Columbia.
I'm really the chief executive officer, in a sense, for the City of Columbia, so all of the operational functions, all of the handling of personnel matters, that rests with me and the form of government that we have, which is a council manager form of government. So you have the city council and the mayor who set policy, and a city manager that's appointed to carry out the policy to make sure that the day-to-day activities of the city are being carried out.
Police Chief Skip Holbrook and members of the Columbia Police Force joined other law enforcement officials at an annual ceremony which was held at the Criminal Justice Academy. The ceremony focused on a memorial that was held in honor of fallen officers who have passed away or were killed in the line of duty.
Each year during National Police Week and Police Officer Memorial Day, there's a lot of events since I became chief here. South Carolina was a statewide event, which is what we attended today, and I've had the honor of speaking at a couple of them. And this year marked had significant meaning for us since we lost an officer last year on November 7th. And it's still an open wound for our department. It really shook us to the core, and to me, these services are very much part of the healing process. It's a privilege to participate in the service anytime we can honor those that have given the ultimate sacrifice. But this year does have extra meaning.
The City of Columbia and various departments were very active recently for Earth Day. And one of the highlights was the rollout of cars from the City of Columbia's fleet, hybrid cars and vehicles that actually roll through the city every day on the city streets and are also sustainable vehicles.
We go for anywhere from SUVs to small compacts to mid-size to be able to run, and also mid-size to be able to run in downtown area police department. In some departments we've seen significant savings to where they were able to go out and purchase more. We have other departments that were hesitant on it, and now that they've seen going from 13, 14 miles a gallon up to 50 miles to a gallon, they've noticed to where they are they're on board now and really are wanting to see the cost savings of the vehicle.
Hey there, Columbia, are you ready for a challenge? Well, some Columbia families actually accepted the Let's Move Family Wellness Challenge. This challenge will take these families through several weeks of instruction and education about healthy cooking, healthy lifestyles, and wellness tips, along with exercising at Drew Wellness Center. We introduce you to some of the families, and they tell you why they got involved.
Ms. Devine has always wanted to put up exercising with the family. It's a very high focus of hers. And she, with meeting the challenges of a working mother and making sure that your children eat right and stay active, has always been a passion of hers. So she came to us with the idea to try to make something happen as a family unit, and that's what we did. I love the fact that it's a family event. We don't want to focus in on more so as weight-wise. We want to focus more so on a healthy lifestyle for the family so that we make sure that we get the mindset right of eating right and being active.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of City View. As you could tell, this was a very information-packed episode because there are lots of great things happening in the City of Columbia. For more information about any of these stories, please contact the Public and Media Relations Department at 803-545-3020 or email us at pio@columbiasc.net. You can also get more information about additional events happening here in the city by visiting our website at columbiasc.net or by following us on our social media platforms. Make sure you stay connected and stay tuned to City TV right here, your 24-hour information station. And remember, we are Columbia.